Hello, English learners. Welcome to Learn English Through Story. Today, we tell a true story about the Declaration of Independence. It happened in 1776. It made America free. This story is for beginners. It uses simple words and easy sentences. You will learn about history. You will practice English. The Declaration changed America. It is an exciting story. Listen carefully. Follow the words on the screen. Enjoy the story. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Life before 1776. In the 1700s, America was not a country. It was 13 colonies. A colony is a place ruled by another country. England ruled the colonies. England was far away. It was across the ocean. The colonies were in North America. They had farms. They had towns. People lived in houses. They grew food. They made clothes. They worked hard. People in the colonies were different. Some were farmers. Some were shopkeepers. Some were teachers. They wanted freedom. Freedom means choosing your own rules. England made laws. The laws were not fair. England asked for taxes. A tax is money you pay. People gave money to England. They did not like it. The colonies had leaders. They met in towns. They talked about England. They wanted their own rules. They wanted to be free. The leaders were smart. They read books. They wrote letters. They planned for change. They loved the colonies. They wanted a new country. Chapter 2. The idea of independence. In 1775, the colonies were angry. England sent soldiers. Soldiers fought in the colonies. This was the start of a war. It was called the Revolutionary War. The colonies wanted freedom. They did not want England's laws. Leaders met in Philadelphia. Philadelphia was a big city. It had houses, shops, and churches. The leaders formed a group. It was called the Continental Congress. A Congress is a group of leaders. They talked about freedom. They wanted a new country. A man named Thomas Jefferson was there. He was young. He was smart. He loved to write. He wanted freedom. Other leaders were there. John Adams was strong. Benjamin Franklin was wise. They said, "We need a paper. It will say we are free." The paper was the Declaration of Independence. It would tell England. It would tell the world. The colonies wanted to be a country. Chapter 3. Writing the Declaration. In June 1776, the leaders chose Thomas Jefferson. They said, "Write the Declaration." Jefferson was 33 years old. He lived in Philadelphia. Jefferson worked in a small room. He had a desk. He had a pen. He had paper. He wrote every day. He wrote at night. Jefferson wrote simple words. He said, All men are created equal. He said, they have rights. Rights are things you can do. He wrote about life. He wrote about liberty. Liberty means freedom. Jefferson showed the paper. The leaders read it. John Adams helped. Benjamin Franklin helped. They changed some words. They made it better. The paper was long. It had many parts. It said England was unfair. It listed problems. It said the colonies were free. Jefferson was careful. He wrote clearly. He wanted everyone to understand. The leaders liked the paper. They were ready. Chapter 4. Signing the Declaration. On July 4th, 1776, the leaders met. They were in Philadelphia. They met in a big room. It was called Independence Hall. The room was hot. It was summer. The leaders wore coats. They sat at tables. They read the Declaration. They voted. Voting means choosing. They said yes to the Declaration. They said, we are free. The leaders signed the paper. Signing means writing your name. John Hancock signed first. His name was big. He was brave. 56 men signed. Thomas Jefferson signed. John Adams signed. Benjamin Franklin signed. They were leaders. They were heroes. A hero is a great person. The signing was important. It made the colonies a country. The country was called the United States. People were excited. Chapter 5. Sharing the Declaration. After July 4th, the Declaration was shared. People printed it. Printing means making copies. They used a press. A press makes papers. The Declaration went to towns. It went to cities. People read it. They stood in streets. They listened. They cheered. Soldiers heard it. They fought in the war. The Declaration gave them hope. Hope means believing in something good. The Declaration went to England. The king was angry. His name was King George. He did not want freedom. He sent more soldiers. People in the colonies worked together. They made food for soldiers. They made clothes. They helped the war. The Declaration was big news. It told the world. America was free. People were proud. They wanted a new country. Chapter 6. Impact of the Declaration. The Declaration changed the world. It made America a country. The United States was born. People had freedom. The war continued. It ended in 1783. America won. England left. The colonies were free. The Declaration helped make laws. In 1787, leaders wrote the Constitution. It was a big law. It made rules for America. People loved the Declaration. They read it in schools. They read it in churches. It was a symbol. A symbol is something special. Today, the Declaration is famous. It is in a museum. The museum is in Washington. D.C. People see it. They read its words. The Declaration gave hope. It showed freedom. It made America strong. People are proud. Chapter 7. Lessons from the Declaration. The Declaration teaches us lessons. It teaches us about freedom. Freedom means choosing your life. You can choose to learn. It teaches us about courage. The leaders were brave. They signed the paper. They fought for freedom. You can be brave. You can learn English. It teaches us about working together. The leaders met. They wrote together. They signed together. You can work with friends. It teaches us about hope. The Declaration gave hope. It made a new country. You can have hope. You can speak English. The Declaration story is like your story. It was a big idea. It became real. You have goals. A goal is something you want. Work hard. Be brave. You will succeed. Thank you for listening to the Declaration's story. You learned about 1776. You learned about freedom. The Declaration made America. It was brave. It was strong. Watch this video again. Practice your English. Share this story with friends. Keep learning. Subscribe to learn English through story. We have more stories for you. See you next time.